Good morning and welcome to the Monday Morning Minute. I'm your host, Dr. Pete. For weeks I've been talking to you about perspective and how important that is. I want to just review it for a second, that whatever you see, whatever's happening in your world, however you interpret it, is how you're going to feel. Developing this positive attitude shouldn't really be that difficult. You should be able to look at things around you and with a sense of ease, just make a positive approach to it. But this is not that easy. I'm going to tell you why. This is the smoking gun. It's the television and the media that's killing you. As a matter of fact, TV news today is running 24/7. It's difficult for the news networks because not only are they competing with each other, but they're also competing with everything else that's out there today on television. And as you know, you can get Netflix, you can get things that are constantly streaming. As a matter of fact, you do. No matter where you go, there's always something streaming. So the news networks are struggling to keep up with everybody else. So what's happened is they've turned journalism into sensationalism. They realize that if they don't put images, graphic images of horror, of war, crime, human indecency, all the things that are miserable today, if they don't put that out there and draw your attention to it, then they're going to lose you. And they don't want to lose you because they want your dollars. So I want you to think of this over the next week. Turn the TV off and stop watching the graphic violence that's on our news. It doesn't serve you one bit. If you need the news, I'm sure you can read it. But don't allow someone else on the other side of a television screen, a camera person, an anchor person, to go ahead and dump all this massive amount of negative emotion and these horrific scenes that you see on video. Don't allow that into your head. The minute you do that, you begin to become depressed and anxious. You say, well, what if I'm not a depressed, anxious person? Well, then you're just going to see the world in a negative light. In essence, they've jumped inside your head, they've controlled your perspective, and do you want to let them do that? I hope the answer is no. Don't let them do that. If you just simply turn off the news for a week, better yet, turn the whole television off for a week, just as an experiment. I want you to see how you feel, how you treat others, how you treat your coworkers and your family, how your relationships are going, how you feel generally overall. And I can tell you, I just did this myself recently, just over the weekend. I didn't watch any television. I worked on some other projects and books. I spent time with my children, and I felt fantastic. And even this morning, I'm full of energy. It's about 8:15 in the morning, and I want to give you this message. Just for a week, 1 week, shut the TV off, or at least only watch recorded programs that are not filled with graphic violence, with images of pain and suffering. Just let it go. And in doing so, you're going to find, just as I have, that life can actually be incredible and that your perspective will improve consistently from day to day. Let somebody else worry about the garbage that they see on the news. If you need to know something, I'm sure somebody at work will fill you in. Have yourself an amazing week. Shut the television off, regain control of your perspective, and enjoy the heck out of these holiday seasons. And I'll see you next week on your Monday Morning Minute.